Hi everybody, and welcome back to Ed Training. Today's video is going to be based on PayPal, how to invoice, and how to do your shipping labels from it. If you're not already a PayPal, if you don't already have a PayPal account, I do suggest it. It is the best form of payment besides cash for a lot of our customers, especially when you're doing your online lives. It is highly suggested that even if you do have a PayPal personal account, that you open a business account as well. The business account is going to give you some more options. It's going to give you options like a card reader, a free card reader that goes on your phone. So if you're on the go and you make a sale, or you are somewhere like at a house party or whatnot, and you want to go ahead and someone wants to pay you right then and there instead of being invoiced, you can just swipe that card and, get your payment that way. It also comes with a debit card, which is super important. Sorry, give me 1 second. It also comes with a debit card, which is super important because you can kind of separate your personal bank account from your business bank account. So that way, when you need to place orders for more pieces, when you need to buy supplies, when you need to buy from other consultants, everything is on the same account, separate from your personal account, personal bank account. It comes with a debit card, and you also have the option of attaching your personal account to it, your personal bank account to your business account in case you were to need to deposit money from your personal bank account to your business account, or vice versa. You also have those options. So I highly suggest that you open up a PayPal business account because it is very helpful. I'm going to walk through how to do that shortly, really quick, for those of you that don't know. So what you'll do, and it's not going to be the whole thing because it's not going to let me obviously sign up since I already have one. You'll go to sign up. You'll get a pop-up that says, which one would you like? You're going to go to business account, again, because business account is also can take PayPal and all other debit or credit cards online. You're going to hit next, and then it's going to pop up with this. You'll enter your email address, press continue, and fill out all the information needed. So that's how you'll start your business account if you do not already have one. That being said, let's move on for what the video is for. I'm going to go ahead and log in. It should already have my information kind of populated there. And it's going to pop up with this right here. All right. So this right here is going to be your dashboard. Your dashboard is pretty much going to give you a summary of everything that is on your account. So over here, you're going to have a summary of all your invoices, whether paid, unpaid, completed, whatever the case may be. Over here on the left, you're going to have the invoices. If you have any unpaid, it'll show it right here. And it'll also give you the option to create an invoice from there. And then up here on the left, it will show you the last four of the debit card, and you can go in there and do anything. You can click on that. It'll take you to anything you need to do with your debit card. You can transfer money, like I said, from the bank accounts. And then up the top here, which I'm not showing, right, if I were to scroll a little bit more, it would show me my current balance on my account. You also have some options right up here at the top. Most of these I don't really use quite yet. I'm still kind of in the learning process of that. But the two of the most important ones are going to be your tools and your more, only because that's going to have your invoicing in there, as you can see. And then the more is going to have your customers. Those two are super, super important, to get what you need and to get started. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get started, and we are going to create an invoice. Excuse me while I just get something to drink. So you're going to scroll right down here on your dashboard and go to create invoice. That's going to pop up this screen right here. Now, a couple things on this screen. If you see right up here in the top, it's got manage invoices, create invoice, items, settings, and help. We're going to go to that items one here in just a little bit because I want to show you a few things on that. But first, let's get through the invoice portion. So The invoice portion, if you're looking at it here, you've got several different things. You've got your invoice number. You've got your invoice date, which is changeable. You can change it to any date. If your customer says that they don't want this invoice to be sent to them until tomorrow, for whatever reason, that can be changed. This reference here, you really don't have to worry about. That can stay as blank. And then you've got your due date. Your due date is the day that you want them to make their payment. A lot of my team members like to do a 24 to 48 hours. If you do the 48 hours, then just make sure you change that due date so that it applies correctly. Because remember, it will send you or them a reminder stating that your invoice has not been paid or needs to be paid. So you want to make sure that's correct. That's also good if a customer is telling you that, you know, they don't get paid till Thursday. Are they able to pay it then? You can go ahead and change that due date to Thursday so it reflects on their end as well. Over here on the left, you've got your template. I chose to do a thank you for ordering a sticker. I believe I might have Googled that or I don't quite remember, but you can put in there whatever you want. I have ladies that put their business information, the name of their boutique. It's really up to you. You're just going to go to this My Templates. You're going to click down on it and go to Create New Template, and you'll add it on there. So that's super easy, and it's always a nice little extra touch from you. Okay? And if you scroll, we're going to scroll down here a little bit. You're going to see my business information. That is really a personal choice. I choose not to show my business information on there just because for privacy reasons. That's my choice. I don't know if I'm going to send this to somebody who has decided maybe at some point that they don't want to pay it and they don't want to buy anything, but now they have my address. So I personally don't like to put that on there, but it's really up to you. Next, you're going to go to Bill To. So this is where we're going to start to create our invoice, okay? What you want to do is when you do your live shows or whenever you're doing your sale, you're going to ask your customer for their email and shipping address. Super important that you ask for their shipping address, not their mailing address, because some people have two different ones, and they might end up giving you their mailing address. You mail something to them, they don't get it, now you've got it back, now you've got to pay for shipping again. It just becomes a hassle, so make sure that you kind of get in that custom of your shipping address, okay? So what you're going to do is we are going to add a new customer. So this is their first time. So I'm going to use my personal email. Now, I want you to see what happens. Let's see if it'll do it. Oh, it doesn't. Okay. All right. So initially, this would not happen. Only because, well, I would have been new. But I think what happened was I was practicing before doing this video, and it might have saved it. So I'll walk you through it like if it was new. So what you would do is you would finish out, you would put the information, the Hotmail, you would click tab, and then at the bottom, I know it's telling me to check my email address again, I know. Gonna just wipe that out real quick just because there we go. I don't want that message to come up. Okay. Okay, get it. Go away. Now the message doesn't want to go away. That is not very nice. PayPal is not being very nice right now. Let's do this. Let's refresh this really quick. There we go. All right. So what you would do is you would put your customer's email right in here. Their email. I know it says name, but you want to start out with their email. You would hit tab, and after you hit tab, right underneath here, it's going to come out and say add customer details. You want to click on that if they're a new customer because you'll get a pop-up screen right here in your computer. And once you get that pop-up, that's where you're going to enter their name, their phone number if you have it, and their shipping address. It is going to give you an option to do billing or shipping. Just hit the shipping one and put in their shipping address and hit save. Super simple, done and ready to go. Once they're in there, they're in there. They are saved. There is no No different, no going back, no nothing. It's in there. Saved. I mean, I guess you could delete them, but it's saved for you to have for future reference. So I'm going to go ahead and just use somebody who I know their address is not going to pop up. Because for privacy reasons, I obviously do not want their address popping up. There we go. Perfect example. Do you see how I added him on and right underneath it says add customer details? So now we can do this. So we're going to click on that. Do you see that pop up that came? You're going to add their first name, their last name, their phone number, and then you'll click on shipping address. You're going to leave show shipping address because you're going to want that whenever you get to printing your shipping labels. Enter all their information and then press save. Make sure you have that. Oh, my battery's low. Uh-oh. Make sure you have that save to address book clicked on so that way it does save it to your address book. Now, I'm not going to put in his information for privacy reasons, but now you see how that's done, right? Give me 1 second. Let me try to... Oh, no. Oh, my computer's wanted to do all kinds of crazy stuff. Once that's done, you do not want to do the CC because you're not copying anybody unless they want you to copy somebody, but that's never happened to me. So once that's done, you're going to want to go to description. This is where you start to put in the items that you have sold or that you are charging them for. Give me 1 moment, guys. Babe! Sorry, I didn't mean to yell, but I need him to bring my charger because, well, that would be really bad if this shut off. And we were in the middle of this video, wouldn't it? Let's see here. Oh, he's got his TV on. Hold on. All right, guys, I'm sorry about that. I had to go get the charger before it turns off. So, where were we? Description, items. This is where you're going to enter your items to charge, what they have bought, what you are selling. So, I have already put in mine. Mine are pre-entered in there, and I'm going to show you how to do that in just a minute, but let's get through the invoice first. So you're going to go into description. You're going to add, let's say they bought a necklace. See how mine already comes in the drop down because I pre-entered it? You're going to add in a necklace. You're going to press enter. It's going to ask you the quantity, 1. It already knows the price. Usually that will automatically go in there if I would have pressed one of those drop down ones. The tax is going to be whatever tax it is in your particular city, county, whatnot. You're just going to hit the drop down and select tax. You can either do no tax, you can do my tax here is 7.5, or you can do add new tax. That's where you would put wherever your tax is where you live. So I'm going to put in the tax. Okay, let's just say they bought that. If they bought more, then obviously you'd go into the second line here and you would add more. You would add, another item. If not, I just like to go over and click out of that and exit it out so that way there's not so much stuff on their invoice. So let's just say they bought only that. So I'm going to close that out. And if you scroll down, you've got your summary. So you've got your subtotal, which is $5. If you're going to be adding any kind of discount. So if they've got a bigger order and let's say you just said, 10% off or whatnot for, whatever pieces. You're going to put that here. So you'll put that there. Shipping, whatever it is that you are going to charge. Some people like to do a standard amount of $3, $4, $5. Some people, it depends on if you buy 4 to 5 pieces, 1 to 2 pieces. Right here is where you will enter that, okay? You'll enter in the shipping information. And then here you'll see your total. So the total for that customer is $538, right? Because that's what the tax is. I like to go in, hit preview because I want to make sure that I see what they're going to see when they open up their email. Okay, let's see. Invoice. My invoice number, my invoice date. There's my amount. See here, I have my information, but it does not have my address. It only has my email and my web address, which is exactly what I want. I do not want to put my personal address in there. Their email, which is who I'm sending it to, what they got, and then their total. From this screen, if everything looks good and you're like, okay, that's exactly how I need them to see it, then you can go ahead and press send. Done, and it goes straight to them. If you see something wrong and you need to fix it, then you go back to edit and it'll let you come back and edit it again. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and just save this as a draft for right now. Okay, so it's saved. So if I go back to manage invoices, it's going to show me all my invoices, and there his is right here. See where it says, see where it says his name, invoice number, the date. It's draft right now because it hasn't been sent, and then his amount. And you can always go over and click on it and it'll open it back up again. So that's pretty much how that is done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go to, I'm trying to find someone who's, all right, we're going to use this one. We're going to use this one right here, guys. Don't worry, Miss Esperanza, I am not going to show your address. So I opened that up. That's already, let's go back for a minute so that you can see what I did. Oops, no, we want to manage our invoices. We don't want to go back there. So if you see, she's already paid. All right, so I've gotten the email, Esperanza took care of her payment, she's paid, right? So once she's paid, now I've got to ship her stuff. So I'm going to click on her invoice, and you'll see right at the very top, if it wants to do it for me, there it goes. You'll see right at the very top, it will show you the history. It'll show you the time that I sent the invoice, the date that I sent the invoice, and when she took care of it. This is super important now when you go to ship. Right here, view details. That's going to open up her invoice again so you can see all the details. If she got something broken or she decides, you know what, this isn't what I wanted, you can also issue a refund from here. Super important as well. And lastly, print shipping label. That's where you want to go to print your shipping label for your guest or for your customer so that you can ship them their pieces, right? So you're going to click on print shipping label. You're going to bear with me here because I do not want to show her address. So I'm going to have to kind of go back and forth. So it's going to give you the transaction. It's going to give you what she bought. It's going to give you her total. And then you're going to go down this. Let's see here. Let me see if I can open it up there. All right. So there we go. This is what your screen should look like at this point. Okay. You've got your shipping from, which is the name of the boutique, the address, your shipping to, which is the her address and her information, and then you've got shipping information. Okay? What you want to select here is you always want to select first class mail. 2 to 5 days. That's always going to be the cheapest and best route to go, is what you want to do. Most of us send our packages out in an envelope or a bubble mailer. So at that point, you'll want to select package and thick envelope, and you'll want to put in the ounces. This is where it's important that you have a kitchen scale. If you don't have a kitchen scale, you can kind of, in your mind, kind of say how much it is. If it's anything over 16 ounces, it's going to be counted as a pound, which is going to be more. So kind of try to calculate it in your mind. If you can't, I went and bought a shipping scale, a kitchen scale at Walmart. It cost me I think it was like 10 or 12 bucks. But it gives me a more accurate amount, way of doing it. So in here, let's say she only bought 2 things. So it was 3.5 ounces, right? I'm going to put in the weight for it here. I'm going to go over here, down here. I want it, the tracking to be included. I'm not going to add insurance, none of that stuff. Unless you want, she's asking for a signature, then you let her know it is more. And the mailing date I'm going to change. Most of our lives are going to be in the evening time, so you're obviously not going to mail it out that same day. So you want to go ahead and mail it on the next day. So just make sure you change that. And then you're going to come up here and say calculate shipping cost. Hopefully it will work. It might not work. Sometimes it is a little funny. Let's see. No, see, it's not letting. Okay, so for some reason it's not letting me do it, but you'll go to calculate shipping cost, and then right here, it's going to come out with your shipping information, how much it's going to cost you to ship that to her. You will press OK. It will charge your PayPal debit a card. It will. That's the only downfall with PayPal, and this is the reason why I use the other one. This is the reason why I use Pirate Ship. The only downfall with PayPal is that when you go to print a label from there, it will pull the money from your PayPal account. So if for some reason you've used all your money for, you know, big orders or whatnot, then you're kind of in a bad situation. So it's always good to have the backup. So you'll press OK. And then once that's done, it's going to pop up and say print your shipping label. You're going to print your shipping label and you are good to go. So that is how you take care of printing or creating a shipping label for your customers. Now, I did tell you I was going to show you one more thing, and that is how to add your items. So we're going to go back to this draft one that we had. Actually, no, we're not going to go back there. I'm sorry. We're going to go... Oh, I have the hiccups. That's bad. We're going to go back here. And we're going to go to items. Ladies and gentlemen, this is so super helpful when it comes to time management. You are tired. You've just finished a 2-hour live. You don't want to sit there and enter every single little thing. It's going to take you forever. This is so useful. You're going to come up here to add new item, and you're going to click on add new item. This little pop-up is going to come up, and this is where you're going to add the information. Whether you want to put necklace, gold necklaces, silver necklace, whatever you want to name it. I've made it very generic so that I'm not in there all day typing in a million items. Necklace, how much it is, the tax for it, done, and press save. This is what mine looks like. These are the items that I have put on there. First one's going to be album sale. This is going to be, for example, okay, I've placed an order today, new releases. I placed an order. I took the pictures, I downloaded it from my order, and I put it on my website and said, hey, this is new inventory on its way, coming soon. You can go ahead, now this is up to you, but you can charge your customers. If they decide, if they start claiming things, that would be a pre-order. So I put in album pre-order, and in the description it says, item isn't on hand, must be ordered from the company, and then will be shipped to me within 7 days, and then shipped to the client, taking 2 to 5 business days to receive. So that's something that I put in there so that they understand, hey, this isn't something I have on hand, but it has already been ordered. Once it gets to me, it will get to you. And then you put in the currency and the price. From there, you have the usual bracelet, earrings. I do have a free gift winner, so if I'm doing a giveaway or some kind of game and somebody wins, instead of putting the item, putting necklace and just zeroing it out, I use free gift winner. There's one for hostess, which is if they're doing a party. There's one for 13th free, which is the buy 12, get the 13th free. And then further down, I have the one that's to win a challenge. And then obviously that's going to be 0. And then I have all my little diva stuff, earrings, bracelets, mystery bags, regular mystery bags. Then I have my necklaces, my rings, Z collection necklace. So I have all of that already in there. So when I go into that invoice and I want to add more stuff, I don't have to sit there and type every single thing over and over and over again. Let's see here. Edit. When I go down here and, okay, he changed his mind and he said, hey, can you add that ring to my invoice, please? I literally can just start typing ring in there and boom, there it is. I click on it. It already has the price already in there. I just have to make sure that I add the tax and then I'm done. See how it already adds everything in there. Oh, my computer's being silly. I'm going to go ahead and delete this because it's obviously not a real one. So we're going to go back to manage invoices. And this is a draft, so we can delete it. It does give you a lot of options. Now that I have this up, let me just tell you super quick. If you have a customer who owes you, who, like, you've sent an invoice and they said, you know what, I have cash. I'd rather pay you in cash when I see you tomorrow at work. You can go in here, even though you've already invoiced them, you can go in here and hit, oh, not that one. That's not what I wanted. Hold on. Ah, it did what I didn't want it to do. You can go in here, go to record payment, and this little thing is going to pop up. So I can go into here and just hit payment method, cash, and save. And what that's going to do is that's going to go ahead and then document that this is already paid and they've paid cash. And that way I still have documentation of it, and I don't have to go through the hassle of, oh, deleting blah, blah, blah. Yes, I want to delete this. Okay, so that's pretty much it when it comes to sending an invoice and doing your shipping labels for PayPal. I'm going to do a separate video with Pirate Ship only because this one's a little lengthy and I don't want you guys to be sitting here all night. But that kind of sums it up. Obviously, PayPal has a lot more options. It has, you know, summary and money, and up here, play around with it. See what you can do, see what you can't do. If you go to more and you hit customers, it's going to bring up all your customers and their information. So, you know, you have a lot of options and a lot of things to do with PayPal Business, which is great. Don't forget to download the app. That's super important because you can check and invoice people on the go. I've been in a situation where somebody at work said, do you have any little diva stuff? I showed it to them. She goes, great, can you send me an invoice? Pull out my phone, bam, 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 send her the invoice, done, ready to go. Super easy if you have that app, so don't forget that. That is it for now. Hopefully that's very helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to either leave a message down there in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe so that you can continue to get these great training videos. Thank you much. See you next time.